Check, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Sync.
Whoa. Did you see my seat went down like that? I mean, if I sit down, it's just going to go down. Like, whoa. Now it's trying to expel me forward. What is up with this chair?
Babe. I sat in this thing for an entire episode last time.
Oh, you're giving me a booster seat?
No, this is my booster seat.
Oh.
If you're up, I got to be up. Hey, guys. Welcome back. We just finished watching the second episode of Big Brother, and I still don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it anymore either. I mean, at least no, I don't think I'm going to hate it this season.
It's still early though.
Yeah.
A lot can still happen.
Hey, welcome back.
You know, we still need. This is the episode where everyone is like kumbaya, kumbaya. You know, until the first nominations happen. So
yeah, and we still don't have the live feeds. Although as we're recording, I think we do.
Yeah. Oh no, they're on in like 10 minutes, I think.
All right. So bear with us because we have nothing to go off of behind the scenes.
Yeah, no spoilers yet, but on our the next video we put out, the spoilers will begin. So we'll make sure to say that before we get started. So let's see. So the episode starts with, I put the saboteur, but I think it's called the accomplice. So I think it was really funny watching how poorly they used deductive reasoning to figure out who the accomplice was. Like, everyone just quickly started pointing fingers, you know, based off of random scenarios. They did a really good job editing, showing like 8 different people's names came up until they finally narrowed it down.
I feel like Lauren was the only thinker in the group.
Yeah, Lauren was the only one who put any logic behind it, saying, you know, if Rachel came in, the numbers are skewed in the girls, or if someone, the saboteur or the
I know, it is like a saboteur from the past. They did have a saboteur. That's why you want to say that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The accomplice would have to be a female to keep the numbers even.
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked her way of thinking. Unfortunately, no one listened to her. So
isn't that always the case?
What was fun was
seriously,
us included. You know, we were targeting. Who did we target?
Adrian, right? Was it Adrian?
Yeah,
we were way off base on that one.
And then there were a lot of people on X that were targeting Ava and Keanu, because they were running in from the kitchen. You know, that was a big thing all over social media. I don't think I saw anyone suspect Amy.
Although, I mean, I think going to the bathroom for Riley, I mean, that's a good argument. But I suppose that would be pretty idiotic to do, and would definitely, if you weren't very smart, draw attention to yourself, which I could see one of the house guests actually doing that if they were the saboteur. You know what I'm saying? Right,
yeah.
So, I mean, that was good logic, but everybody was jumping on board. I think that's the thing I didn't like. Everyone was jumping on board with that and not thinking for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And that's where I like Mickey, because Mickey seems to have the most social intelligence so far in the season. And I like how she was like, well, I had to pee too. Like, there was no opportunities to pee before we started filming. Like, she was the only one that was like, I mean, yeah, he had to pee. Like,
or was she sold on the fact that he went, and because he actually did go, then maybe he was.
When I watched the episode, I took it as she was defending him.
What did you guys think?
Did we both see it differently?
Yeah, I saw it differently.
Interesting.
But I mean, maybe I was like spacing out or something.
Well, usually when these situations happen, I'm wrong and you're right.
Not necessarily. not every time. Yeah. Not every time.
So the one word that I have written down multiple times here is dumb, because I saw what I thought was dumb gameplay in the first week. We'll see what you guys think. But the first dumb word pops up here where I put Ava was a dumb choice for the have-not.
His only reasoning for putting her up as a have-not was because she had puppy dog eyes and he just couldn't resist. The only benefit to that is that he saves her, but that's not strategic. It's like, Zach, okay, you're just a bohunk. Typical.
Mm-hmm. So the way I would have played it is that I'm looking at myself being in here with Rachel and Will. You know, you don't know Will's abilities yet, but when you're in the have-not room, that's going to be a prime opportunity to start putting together an alliance early in the season with Rachel.
Right.
Like, this is prime time here. And so your fourth person should be someone that you're considering to be a part of that. And I mean, Ava might go far. We don't know yet. It's still early in the season, but I just don't see Ava being a strong competitor.
I think that was an absolutely weak, idiotic choice. But
yeah,
I'm personally not
because
surprised.
His second reasoning was he wanted to invite in the hot girl so he can like get to know her better. So both of his reasons were really like not game at all. It was, this one's hot, This one looks sad.
This one's hot. This one's not. Guess what? Zach, you're living up to my expectations. Nice.
Let's see. So the next thing I wrote down was, as dumb, was I put talking shiz in front of Ava, but that ended up not materializing yet.
As far as we know, right?
Yeah, this is a prediction. So, Ava is sharing a have-not room with Rachel. You're going to start conspiring.
Conspiring against.
You bitches conspiring against me. What was her name?
That's the name of the game. Was it Catherine? I can't remember. Who said that?
I don't know, but it like jogged a memory when I said it.
Yeah.
But Ava is sharing a have-not room with Rachel. They're going to bond, and then she's going to say, hey, by the way, Jimmy was throwing your name around a lot. And now you're going to have the strongest competitor in the house gunning for you. So I think it was too hard, too fast. I know if I was in the house, I would not be throwing names around. Targeting Rachel is a no-brainer. Like, you are not making a power move by going around and telling everyone in the house, hey, we should get rid of Rachel. Everyone's already thinking it. You don't have to say it and put a target on yourself. I'm hoping that Ava connects with Rachel and spills that tea a little bit.
That's really smart gameplay, because it's not really bold of Jimmy to try to take Rachel out in the very beginning of the game, because if Rachel gets wind, and Rachel will get wind, because there'll be a fangirls or fanboys of Rachel who will want to like leech onto her. That's just typical human nature.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to tell her, and then he's going to put a target on his back, and Rachel actually knows how to play the game. So that's really dumb.
Yes. In fact, when we were watching the episode, I didn't write this down, but I had mentioned to Corinne that if I was in the house, I would immediately be looking to team up with Rachel. I'd go up to her and say, hey, listen, obviously you're a huge target. Most people in the house are going to use that as an excuse to put you up. I would like to team up with you, and let's put an alliance together. Like, do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. And because Rachel's going to be an easy excuse to vote out later in the game, because, near the end, you can say, well, you've already won twice. I think it's only fair that someone else gets an opportunity. With 5 people left, 6 people left, then you can get rid of Rachel, because everyone will be in agreement to that.
And I'm not saying that this would be amazing gameplay, but I would have a fun time playing the game with Rachel. I would love to play with someone that knows how to play the game and is strategic. I mean, she was even saying everything that I always think anyways, and some of the reasons why this game gets very old, which is why it makes me really happy that Rachel's in the game right now, is that they get in their showmans, and then they kind of get comfortable, and then they forget they're even playing the game, which is most of the time why this game gets so ridiculous in the first place, because pretty much everyone does that. But Rachel never, ever, ever. Now, I shouldn't say never, ever, because it's easy to let your guard down, but she doesn't forget that. That's always in the back of her mind.
Which is my next note, so that's perfect segue. I loved the advice that Rachel was giving to Amy when she said, listen, we're the 2 moms. We are in a different phase in our life. Let's sit back. Let's let these 20-year-olds start getting all their hormones raging, and the showmances are going to form. And what did she say? They're all going to get horny?
Yeah.
That's going to be funny, because in the edits, you already see that happening. It's like, I'm single. And you see how the guy's like, you see Riley taking his cowboy hat off and fixing his hair.
It's almost embarrassing. But it was funny, the conversations that they had. The ones like Will and even Catherine, which I'm kind of liking Catherine. On a side note, I'm kind of liking her so far.
Yeah. So far, I like Catherine as well. And I really enjoyed when Rachel and Amy were having that conversation about all that. And then you see all the edits, because I'm thinking that if that actually happens, like, Rachel's going to look like a genius, because she's playing the game in her new phase of life. She's not, because she said that was me. I was all into Brendan, I totally forgot about the game. Which
is really fun to watch Rachel now, as opposed to how she was when she was younger. So this is going to be a fun journey.
Yeah, I did say that we're probably not going to see the feisty Rachel that we like, because I believe that having the children a lot of times changes people, and they grow up and they mature, because now they're responsible for these little human beings. So we probably are going to see a much more methodical Rachel this season. Probably a lot less in your face.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll get a mixture of both.
Yeah, we'll see.
But let's talk about Amy, if you don't mind, real quickly, because you were talking about Amy connecting with Rachel.
Well, if we're going to talk about Amy, I think we need to take a step back and talk about Showergate because I believe Amy's bad game move is connected to the Showergate, which is an interesting conversation in of itself because we weren't agreeing when we were watching it. Like we were on 2 different pages during Showergate.
Oh, were we?
Yeah. So my stance was I would be someone who's sitting there saying, what is wrong with you? Like an hour and a half shower when you're in a house with 17 people with 2 bathrooms. Like I would. So you're in your first week now. When you have an alliance and you have safety and you can kind of walk around with some like bulletproof vests on, whatever, do what you want. But like in week 1, the first HOH has nothing to go off of. So it's like, if you walk through the kitchen and fart, you're going to be on the block because, well, you did fart and you clouded up our air, like they're just looking for an excuse. Taking an hour and a half shower and everyone, and some, Catherine and some people were downplaying it like it's not a big deal, but like a lot of people were turned off by that. And I'm one of the people that I would have been turned off by that. Because
I think everybody was turned off by it, even if they were saying, like Catherine, for example, was saying that she wasn't. And
it's a sign.
She was.
Yes. Is it just a shower? Correct. But it's a sign of what your personality is. You're not thinking of other people.
She even said, no, I think we agree. She said that people call her a princess. And that's the way it appeared, at least on the TV show, that she was acting like a princess.
And so after Showergate happened, obviously we saw the episode and that gave a lot of people a reason to target her. And it was really hard for Vinny because he did make a promise to her. But, it wasn't like a pinky promise, final 2 deal, ride or die to the end. It was just like an off the cuff, hey, I got you, you got me. I don't know that you could put a whole bunch of weight behind that deal because
you shouldn't say that in the first place.
You shouldn't have, but
change in the game all the time.
You're excited. The game just started. You want to have alliances, but then you start realizing that, hey, this person I just aligned with is kind of a fruitcake. Like,
well, that's going to come back to bite him in the butt eventually later if Ashley does not go home.
Well, I think the problem is, and this is where you and I started disagreeing.
Right.
So I felt like Vinny was being very honest with her because he's trying to talk to other people of the house and she keeps coming in and interrupting the conversation. If I was the HOH and someone kept doing that to me, I'd be like, all right, listen, you're not respecting like our I don't say boundaries, but like, like you're interrupting other people's time. Like, and it's like, well, I'm tired. Everyone's tired. Like, so now you take an hour and a half long shower. You try to cut in line. You try to say, well, I should go next because I'm tired. He's like, well, I have a line already. You're just kind of cutting in front of everyone. He said 10 times. In the edits, we only saw it 3 or 4 times. But like, she kept going up there and interrupting conversations. That would have been enough to throw me over. But then when they're finally talking, he says to her, I told you I had your back and you keep interrupting my conversations. You're being super paranoid. You're like upsetting everyone in the house. Like, you're showing me that you don't trust me because if you trusted me, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. And I completely agree with that. She should have came in and said, hey, I just want to remind you that we had that our agreement. I'm hoping that you still plan on, keeping to your word, because I'm planning on protecting you moving forward. Like if she'd attacked it that way, she wouldn't have been on the block because he'd have been.
How dare her?
I feel like that's sarcastic. You want to defend her paranoia.
No, like, okay. I don't think he was a straight shooter. I'm sorry. I don't think he was at all. I think he went ahead and he made a commitment to somebody and then he found out later, holy crap, the whole entire house does not like this girl. The whole entire house is offended by this girl. And so how am I going to spin this? Because not only I'm going to let her down, but if I don't put her on the block, I'm going to let the whole entire house down. So the best manipulative way to do it is to just say, guess what? You don't trust me. You don't trust me. And reality is you're annoying, you're rude, and you're selfish. And that's the reason why I'm putting you on the block, because the whole entire house can't stand you. And so that's my best choice for me in my gameplay is to go with what the house is saying. You are selfish. And so therefore, put yourself in check or you're going home. That's what he should have said. But instead, he was like, well, just like a typical dude, sorry, but like, you don't trust me.
Now I know why you like Catherine.
Anyway, Case closed.
So where this ties into Amy is it was so strange when Amy goes up to the HOH room, and we've already seen that Amy made a kind of a little alliance with Rachel. And then as she's talking to Vinny, she's talking about how she doesn't think it's fair that Ashley goes on the block because of the shower thing. And then she starts crying.
That was weird. That was really weird.
As soon as she started crying, I was like,
why is she crying?
have you guys watched this show before?
Over Ashley?
You're playing a game. This is a game. Only one person can win. You're going up there. You're crying for someone's safety on week 1. I mean, she might as well have said, hey, please put me on the block too.
I mean, well, and so then she basically was saying that, and therefore she went on the block. I knew the minute that the waterworks were happening, and she was trying her best to fight for the person. You're fighting, instead of fighting for yourself and making a case for yourself so you don't go on the block, you're making your case for the one person that he definitely wants to put on the block. What is wrong with you?
And I honestly think that his HOH nomination speech was a lost opportunity because it wasn't honest. He could have highlighted that to the rest of the house. He could have said, I'm looking for reasons to put people up because I only have 1 week, not even a full week of information to go off of. So it's the first HOH is extremely difficult, but I'm forced to do this. It's a game. I have no options here. But when someone comes up into my HOH room and cries to try to protect someone else in the first week, I see an alliance forming. I have to break it up. I have no choice here.
Yeah, that was weak. What he said about Amy, he really didn't give any real reason as to why. It was good for my gameplay, and that's it. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
That was it. Case closed. That wasn't. See, he's not being candid and honest, but that's kind of weak in my book. Okay, check for Vince or Vinny, whatever the hell his name is.
I don't know that I agree with his decision to put up Zay. I understand that he wants Zay to, if Zay goes home, he breaks up the macho group, but you're putting him up against 2 weaker competitors. So he most likely will win, and now he has an excuse to put you up if he wins HOH, which is a high likelihood because a lot of the comps are favorable to more athletic, stronger players. And you just created an enemy of one of the strongest players in the house when you had Kelly come up to you and volunteer to go on the block. You could have put her up, had no blood on your hands, and it's well, we have a final 2. It's week 1. You're going to have so many different alliances in the next, 2 months. Yeah. You're going to have 5 different alliances if you make it that long. So,
valid.
When someone comes up to you and says, oh, put me on the block, you go, boom, thank you. Not, you know what? I like where you're going with this, but I'm going to put this really strong, muscular guy up instead.
I honestly think that his choices were well, I like the fact that he put Ashley up, and I do like the fact that he put Amy up. But right, I don't say no, I didn't really like that.
And Zay, I think you know why I'm doing this. If I was Zay, I'd be like, no, I don't know why you're doing this.
What is the reason exactly? Because I blushed when you guys thought I was I keep wanting to say saboteur now. But anyways, he blushed. How dare him?
I wrote down, you said Vinny was gaslighting. So is that you thought Vinny was gaslighting Amy by turning it and saying, I don't feel like you trust me. So that
Ashley. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ashley. Okay.
He was gaslighting her.
I wrote down, I don't know, this is dumb, but I wrote down that I missed the wheel. Every time they do nominations, I miss the wheel. Maybe that's just because I'm old school.
Yeah, I wish they would bring that back. I feel like a weirdo, but that's just classic.
It was more like...
It's the 25th anniversary. That would be perfect for them to bring back the wheel.
Yeah, it built anticipation. That's a good point. Every name that comes out, you're like, oh, he didn't pick them? Who did he pick?
For the 25th anniversary, that's completely classic. They should have totally brought it back.
I know that they're trying to cut out time wasters, but that to me wasn't a time waster.
No, they brought the suspense.
Right. It was so suspenseful. Now it's so lame. Click, click, click. Lame
so
speech.
Digital. Okay.
That's going in there.
No.
So I wrote down some alliances beginning to form in the first episode. Well, technically the second episode, but I consider this the first episode because the first episode was just mass chaos. But Mickey, Morgan, and Jimmy.
Who's Morgan? Or maybe there is a Morgan. Oh, it's that girl that plays the game. The gamer girl. Is that her name? Her name's Morgan. That's so funny. I can remember everyone's name except hers because she always says, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. So to me, her name is Gamer.
So
gamer girl.
They quickly put a little threesome alliance together, which I like Mickey a lot. So I'm hoping that she didn't.
Yikes. Yeah.
I hope she made a good move there.
I know. Okay.
I have Amy and Rachel, which I'm obviously rooting for Rachel because I'm a Rachel fan, and Amy has already shown that she's got some weird, uncontrollable emotions. So I'm hoping that Rachel can pick up on that quickly and like back up and look in a different area for an alliance because I think Amy's a train wreck. I think she's
off the bat. She's kind of not making good choices.
Yeah. I would say Amy is right now my least favorite player in the house.
She did a really good job, disguising that she was, what is it called? Now I got one of those. What was it called again? She was a great accomplice, but.
Well, no, I actually wrote down something different.
No.
I thought that was a missed opportunity because I feel like the 3 things that she had to do without being caught were so easy. She had to hit a timer behind a plant. Like, that was so easy to do without anyone seeing her, with only 4 people in the house.
Well, that's not necessarily her fault.
I'm not saying it's her fault.
Okay.
I'm just saying I wish the game would have made it more difficult. Like,
for her.
Right. She shouldn't have been able to start the timer until everyone's in the house. There was only 3 people she had to be sneaky from. And
Valid.
That was so easy. And then instead of hitting a remote control to hide the thing, I wish they had to like physically get up and grab it and hide it themselves. That'd have been so much harder.
And that's what everybody thought. Everybody thought that that's what was going on.
She had a controller in the dark.
But then again, I agree with you. It should have been more challenging.
And all she had to do is pull a little candlestick when no one was looking. So I think for her to earn a spot in the house, it should have been 10 times harder. And that was like child's play. So Big Brother missed opportunity.
Agreed.
The other alliance was Kelly and Vinny, which obviously has already fallen apart. It didn't make it past 1 episode. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of those.
Really? Was it? Yeah, sure.
In my showmance category, empty. A lot of lustful looking around, but I don't think we have an official showmance yet.
It's kind of funny to me that like when they were all going around the circle, like since when, I mean, it has been happening, but it's more so now. This is not The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. This is Big Brother. And almost every single one of them had to mention that they were single.
Mm-hmm.
It's because, of course, if you become in a relationship that, like you said, you can be on The Amazing Race or something like that. I don't know. It's annoying. I hate it. It drives me nuts. Your main point of being in the house should be to play the game, not to get in a relationship with someone. But
if Rachel capitalizes on that,
and she will. I bet she will.
This is going to make the whole season so much fun if she can hang in there and use that as her.
I mean, even though she had her own showmance, but I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword because I think some of them actually happen organically, but I think this new generation, they come in looking for a showmance. So that's their first thought. You hear them say it all the time, and that's annoying. If it happens organically, that's fine. Like, get Jordan and Jeff, obviously Rachel and Brendan. The rest of them kind of make me want to vomit, but I haven't seen any relationships that I really liked. Maybe I do like the fact that even though it didn't happen on screen, was Nicole and was it Victor? Who was it that she ended up marrying? Anyways, it's kind of neat that even afterwards they ended up getting married. Yeah. I can't remember what his name was, but anyways.
I think you're right. It was Victor.
Yeah.
So I think Catherine was eyeing Riley. That'll be interesting.
Think so?
She's they put it in the edits.
Well, yeah. So I just didn't know if she was just saying that or if she thought he was actually cute.
No, I could see that one forming. So if I'm going to make a prediction, I think that's going to be my first prediction.
Nice.
Little cowboy feminist action. So to end this episode, this recap, I would say let's end it with who our favorite and least favorite players are right now.
Okay.
I'll go first. I would say my favorite is Mickey. And my least favorite, obviously, is Amy.
Well, my favorite is Rachel. And my least favorite is Amy.
Okay. I think this could change, so we'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling. How about you? Who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite?
So the live feeds just turned on. So we are going to, we're going to wrap this one up. I'm going to edit this video while we watch the live feeds. And we're actually doing a camp out in the living room so we can watch the live feeds. So if anything fun happens, if anyone farts in their sleep, you'll hear it here first, hopefully.
I know you guys are on the edge of your seats for that one, for sure. Anyways, everyone, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.